Marius van der Merwe, also known as Witness D, knew he was going to die. He didn't say it as a metaphor, he didn't say it dramatically, he said it as a man who already accepted the outcome. In the days before his murder, Marius spoke openly about the danger he was in. He told journalists he was exposing powerful people. He said he was revealing things that were never meant to be spoken out loud.
Mr. Abramji, hope you're well and trust you're well, sir. It is Vlam, or Marius van der Merwe. Sir, I've seen your post on this Zama that was allegedly buried alive in Benoni. I'm the person that was there. Obviously there's things that transpired beforehand and afterwards, and I would like to talk to you about it. I would like to get my story out in public in terms of the role players from state that's facilitating the illegal mining problem, the key stakeholders that's facilitating this. I've got all the intelligence on that.
And he made it clear that once you cross that line, there is no going back. On the 5th of December 2025, outside his home in Brakpan, Johannesburg, South Africa, the warning became reality. Gunmen pulled up and opened fire with an automatic rifle. There was no robbery, no confrontation, no escape. Marius was executed in front of his family. To understand why he was killed, you have to go back to what he revealed and who he revealed it about. Marius was not an outsider to law enforcement. He was former Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department reservist, deeply embedded in security operation on the East Rand and West Rand. He later founded a private security company that specialized in high-risk recoveries, rapid response operation, and combating illegal mining syndicates known as the Zamazamas. In those spaces, lines blur. Police work with private security, informers work with criminals, syndicates pay for protection, and violence becomes routine. If you love such stories, please do support the channel only just by hitting that like and the subscribe button. It helps us to grow. For years, Marius operated inside this world. He knew its rules, he knew its dangers, and eventually, he says, he became disillusioned. What he saw disturbed him. In November 2025, Marius appeared before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, a judicial investigation into criminality, political interference, and corruption within South Africa's criminal judicial system. He was listed as Witness D, but his voice was not disguised, and the moment he began speaking, anonymity vanished. Under oath, Marius described the June 2022 operation in Brakpan that began as a routine vehicle recovery, a stolen 4-ton truck that had been traced to a residential property. A team arrived on site made up of private security operators, SAPS members, reservists, informers, and EMPD officers. The suspect was found inside the house along with a woman and a baby. According to Marius, the man admitted involvement in the robbery. He also offered a bribe, 500,000 rands, in exchange for his life. What happened next? Marius testified crossed the line that could never be uncrossed. The suspect was taken into a bedroom. There, he was tortured. Marius described a method known as tubing, a plastic forensic bag placed over the head to induce suffocation. It is an old technique, one associated with apartheid-era policing, one meant not just to extract information, but to break a person completely. Marius told Commission that the torture continued. Water was brought in, the man was restrained, and eventually the suspect stopped breathing. Marius testified that when he entered the room again, the man was unalived. He said attempts were made to call a paramedic not to save the suspect but to declare him deceased. Outside the house, discussions began not about medical help, not about arrest procedures, but about cleaning up, about who needs to be called, about how this will be sorted out. According to Marius, senior officers were contracted. One name stood out, a high-ranking deputy chief with the EMPD. He testified that this official arrived at the scene in person. There were no sirens, no uniform, no official report, just quiet conversation. Then came the instruction, the body has to disappear. Marius told the commission that he was ordered to dispose of the corpse. He said his vehicle was known to police and unlikely to be stopped. Refusal, he believed, would have meant his own death. Under threat, he complied. He drove the body to Nigel Dam and he dumped it. As Marius spoke, the room fell silent because this wasn't hearsay. This wasn't speculation. This was a first-hand confession to witness torture, murder, and a coordinated cover-up, implicating serving officers, senior leadership, and a network that extended far beyond one crime scene. He named names. He described missing bribe money. He spoke about threats issued to ensure silence. And he made it clear that what happened in that house was not an isolated incident, but part of a system where illegal mining syndicates, corrupt police officials, and private operators work together, where violence is routine, where bodies disappear, and where accountability is actively prevented. Marius told the commission that he had reached a point where he could no longer live with what he knew. He said he was ready to die if it meant the truth would come out. These words were not symbolic, they were literal. Because the moment his testimony became public, the dangers intensified. Marius had already survived an assassination attempt months earlier. Gunmen had followed him. Shots were fired. He escaped by chance. He relocated multiple times. He received constant threats. He knew he was watched, and yet he refused formal witness protection. Officials later confirmed that protection had been offered. Marius declined. Those close to him say it was because he did not trust the system meant to protect him, the system he was exposing. In the hours before his death, Marius spoke to journalists again. He said he was exposing state officials linked to illegal mining operations. He said he knew his days were numbered. He did not ask for sympathy. He did not ask for protection. He simply spoke, and then he was silenced. On December 5th, as the Madlanga Commission concluded its final hearings of the year, Marius was assassinated. The timing shook the country. The message was unmistakable. This was not random crime. This was retaliation. Police later confirmed that the killing showed signs of professional hit and automatic weapons, not theft, and rapid execution. One suspect has since been detained. Others have been identified, but the deeper question remains unanswered. Who ordered the hit? Because Marius didn't just expose individuals. He threatened an entire ecosystem, an ecosystem built on fear, silence, and money. Illegal mining alone generates billions of rands. It depends on protection, on access, on blind eyes. And according to multiple witnesses at the Madlanga Commission, parts of law information provide exactly that in exchange for protection. Marius' testimony aligned with others. Former senior officers spoke about similar torture cases, about bodies dumped in the same dam, about cover-up orchestrated from the top, about officers who fix crime scenes instead of investigating them. Taken together, the picture is devastating, and Marius' death has made it worse because now witnesses are afraid. Legal experts warn that South Africa's whistleblower protection framework is failing. Protection is fragmented, under-resourced, often optional. If you speak out, you expose yourself. And if you are killed, the system offers condolences, not accountability. Political parties condemn the assassination.
And we need to be doing a lot more to protect those who've had the courage of their convictions to stand up, speak out, and give evidence against those who've been involved in wrongdoing in our country.
But for many South Africans, it confirmed what they already feared, that the truth can get you killed.
Deter many other witnesses from coming forward. And I've also said that we must now focus on witness protection. The witness
Marius van der Merwe was not perfect. By his own admission, he was present when crimes were committed. He lived with that burden. But he chose to speak anyway. He chose exposure over silence, and for that he paid with his life. His testimony remains on record. His voice, undisguised, still echoes through the commission transcripts. The question now is whether his death will be the end of the story or the beginning of accountability. Because justice delayed is one thing, justice buried with a witness is another. Marius van der Merwe is a flame. What South Africa does next will determine whether that flame exposes the darkness or it extinguishes it.